Hey guys, Expert here Reacts here. We're back with another video. Today we're doing some more albums. There's so many albums have come out, like since I've kind of just stopped doing videos. But a recent one I really wanted to check out that I don't really hear much discussion about. That's rather new. That's rather fresh, and it's an artist that I kind of just did not expect to be releasing an album right now. Is KD or Kid, I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, Honestly, I'm just gonna call him KD. I don't know. I just feel weird saying kid, but I don't know. But yeah, KD, um, definitely like an artist that I used to be like huge on. Like, I honestly enjoyed his debut album, cagescript, but I think where his like stuff is really at is like his like all of, like 2018, 2020 stuff, like like the death of the universe. I think actually I think it's called dude, find paradise and like birth of the universe. And now his second album is like end of the universe, which is like a reference to those like that 2018 and that like 2020 EP, like the storyline those EPs were setting up, which Kid Script kind of deviated from. It's very interesting to see like an artist kind of circle back to an older style, because like oftentimes a lot of artists just kind of leave their old stuff behind. So it's honestly kind of nice to see um artists return to their older sound. And I'm seeing a lot of, looking at this track list, I'm seeing a lot of tracks that seem to be just like literally like from like 2015, 2016, 2017. Kind of like this album actually kind of seems like it's going back in time in a way, because like we're starting with like newer tracks and we're kind of going back in time through like eras, through like different eras of KD, to like find the essence of like who he is, which is, that seems like a cool idea. Definitely like a very interesting format for an album that I haven't really seen before or seen a lot of. Like I've seen some artists do this kind of thing, but like definitely it's something that's kind of new. So like this is a kind of an album reaction, but maybe this is more accurately titled as like a compilation album, since yeah, it just feels like the way this is kind of going, it's like more of a showcase of like a lot of his unreleased music, it seems like. But yeah, I'm excited. We have new KD. Let's fucking find out like what he's doing, man. Like I just haven't heard from this guy in a minute. Like he just kind of been dropping random singles. I think the last thing that I really remember from him is that like Jonathan Mendelsohn collab at like, was that the end of 2024? I'm pretty sure that was the end of 2024. That one was really good. That one was really good. But yeah, I have no idea. I don't think I've heard any of this album. I've heard maybe a snippet of like the second single Ghost, but that's it. Like I'm pretty much going in completely blind. We're starting with Close Your Eyes. Let's get it. This is with Jazara, by the way. Nice vocal. Okay, no build up. That drop just hits. Ooh. Cool. I feel like KD has always been Porter inspired. Another genre that I feel like he takes a lot from is electro house. Very like a little bit noisier production than like what I feel like a lot of people in like the melodic bass sphere. He's really melodic bass. I feel like similar to Anki, he's a little bit something different. Like he kind of has similarities with melodic bass, but I think ultimately at the end of the day he's not that sound. Like there's a little bit of crossover, but not really. Like ultimately at the end of the day, I don't think his sound is melodic bass. I like the atmosphere in this. Ooh, got maybe 4 on the floor possibly. That's a cool build up. Yo. Okay, that's some cool like bass stuff going. Okay. You got like a little bit of like a bass kind of breakdown. I like some of the production on here is like really cool. I wish most of the like cool production stuff he was doing was in the drop itself. Like I feel like I feel like all that whole production is like outside of the drop rather than in the drop. I wish it was in the drop. Otherwise, good song. It's a good song. I'd probably give that like 8.25. It definitely feels KD. I can't really say what I think would make it better per se. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I like it. Pretty easy playlist now. Alright, we got Ghost with Ask 444. Probably the only feature on this album I've genuinely never heard of. What? I have never heard of this artist. I don't know. Let's find out. I think I've heard part of this. I'm pretty sure I've heard part of this. Really cool. Okay, cool vocal processing. I feel like robotic vocals is something KD has always been like really good at. Oh yeah, very, very Porter. These verses are so Porter, holy shit. Oh yeah, hell yeah, build up, let's go. This is like classic KD, bro. I also have to mention something completely unrelated, but the cover art seemed to be a reference to Evangelion. That's kind of crazy. I'm not Evangelion, definitely not an anime I'm too into, but like that's honestly a pretty sick reference. I'm not gonna lie. Really sick bass growls before the drop. I will say I don't love the B section as much. The B section sounds flatter to me. The ideas though are beautiful. Like the idea feels Porter, but like there's a very distinctly KD like way of just going about it. Like it's obvious that like his sound comes from like the world's era, and like you can absolutely like undeniably hear worlds in this. But like man, like there's definitely like some production stuff in here that is like uniquely KD that like he just honed over the years. That's like just like different. Oh yeah, that's that's probably a 9, dude. That's fire. That's fucking gas. Like there definitely are some moments where the drops feel a little bit flat, but then like you have like these little like really subtle leads that come in, which are so sick. Oh my god. Okay, we got a feature I kind of just didn't think KD would do, which is Nev. Bro, seeing Nev in the Big 26 feels like a huge wave of nostalgia. Like Nev is like one of the big melodic bass artists, one of the big like melodic bass, I don't know, OG like artists. They're technically a collective of like 7 or something singers. Like Nev is not actually one person. Like I can probably look in the credits to see which Nev this is. It just says Nev. Like there's no specific person that's credited here. We just know Nev. Maybe I might be able to identify the voice because like I know that Claire Ridgely has done Nev before, and Keely Bumford. Those are definitely 2 names that I know of that have done Nev a lot in the past before. There are many others, but like, yeah, like Nev is a collective of like 7 different women who like have all done like this project. But yeah, definitely has been something that defined melodic bass way back in like 2017 through like 2019 was like in every melodic bass song. And now like Nev has kind of be blown up, and like I think ever since like maybe like the Subtronics collab in like 2021 ish, that was like what really blew her into the mainstream, blew them into the mainstream. And now like they're like in so many mainstream EDM songs, and they kind of just have, they're no longer specific to melodic bass. So it's pretty cool to see them linking back up with like a very OG melodic bass artist who like has been around since like 2016. Let's do it. We got Breathe. Ooh, noisy. Yo, that's a sick melody. What the fuck? Ooh, that's a nice lead. I love those leads, dude. What? That's so unique. What? Really like dynamic mixture of like that like deeper, darker, bassier sound and some really like nice higher melodies. Very interesting to see Nev in a darker melodic bass tune where they still fit, because they're usually like a very kind of like euphoric, I guess you could say. Wow. What an absolutely super beautiful and creative song. Like again, the drops aren't like mega full, but like the musicality in them is cracked, bro. Like the musicality, the ideas, some of the structure of this song is really cool. Like this and like this and one of the songs on like the last year's EP, like some of the most creative melodic bass this year. Oh my god. I think like the song I'm thinking of is song I'm thinking of is probably Where I Wanna Be. Oh yeah, yeah. Where I Wanna Be. Dude. That's probably another 9. Like I can honestly imagine that growing higher than Ghost. Like the top line is really really well written. Like it feels dark and hopeful at the same time. Like, dude, like the writing on this is really good. Writing on this is sick. Okay, we got Find cagescript. I don't know why this isn't listed as cagescript era because there's two tracks on this track list that are listed as cagescript era, and for some reason this one isn't. So I'm a little bit confused. This is literally called Find cagescript, and it's not listed as part of the cagescript era. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe when KD does like a AMA or something, we'll find out. Let's let's listen to it. First new track on the album. I mean, everything's new to me, but like this is my first time kind of listening. It's been a while since I listened to the actual cagescript album, so I would need to re-listen to that again to find out like where this fits in. But again, it had the name of that album, so it must relate to it somehow.
Maybe, just maybe, there's no future for me here.
Trust me, there's no future here.
And maybe
Actually, now I'm realizing kind of like story elements that may be spoilers to Evangelion. Maybe there's actually a reason why he chose Evangelion. I'm not gonna spoil Evangelion, but like there actually seems to be a reason now. Now I'm thinking about remembering that anime. Why he chose the name of this album.
find paradise.
Wow. Fantastic drum and snare work on there. Very much feels like old KD. Ooh, that's a cool pluck. Dude, that freaking fill in there, dude, that's crazy. A little bit of piano coming in. Ooh, nice outro. Very interesting. Yeah, it does feel kind of like KD is literally going back to his old sound, like that. These aren't like he isn't trying to imitate 2017. Like this is straight up just like straight up his yeah, straight up some old tracks for him later in this album. Yeah, I really enjoy this one. Lucen seems cool. I will say the drop kind of goes on for a while, like, but yeah, like some of the ideas and like again, like I'm kind of noticing a pattern where like there's some really sick ideas, but like I feel like they're outside of the drop rather than in the drop. Like I want them in the drop. But yeah, pretty damn good. Probably 8.5 or 8.75, I'd say. Got Future Rhythm Anthem. What the hell? Has Katie ever done Future Rhythm? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I don't know if Katie has ever done Future Rhythm. A little bit of a breakbeat version in here. That does indeed sound like Future Rhythm. Definitely feels a bit more basic in its idea than some of the other tracks here. Some of the like the melodic bass tracks here. I like the sound design though. Not bad. I will say I don't think these vocals benefit from the excessive vocal chopping he's doing here. I don't really love this looping melody he's doing here. The breakbeat portions are cool though. I hope Drop 2 has some like cool fills or something. Good fake out. again, I think I've said this multiple times on my channel, but I feel like when an artist makes a genre switch, like they should do more than just let the supposed novelty of that genre switch like be the only thing that's there. Like I think I'm gonna use another example. Martin Garrix, when he did that like Arcando collab, I I think it's called Set Me Free, dude. Like I get it. Like a lot of Martin Garrix's fan base was not exposed to D&B, so they don't really know what D&B sounds like. So like to a lot of Martin Garrix fans who are just like casual like EDM fans, they're like, "Oh my god, what is this? Like I've never heard D&B before." But like to me, who's listened to like thousands of D&B songs, it's like this is the most basic attempt at D&B. Like I love you, Garrix, but like I don't think this stands out in the grand scheme of D&B. The same very much applies to this track. Like I feel like KD just did not try as hard. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna make future rhythm. Like I'm gonna assume that my fan base like is just gonna love this because it's like new and it's gonna be like ooh the novelty. Like I don't really like novelty based tracks like that. Like I feel like novelty may as well in this context be the same thing as gimmicky. There's just not a whole lot of thought put behind it besides the fact that ooh I'm switching it up. But like no, I'm sorry. This probably isn't an ad. Like it's not bad per se. It's just lacking in the kind of like interesting, fun stuff he's doing in the other tracks. 7.5. 7.5. Like there's no fills. There's no like really cool like bass like pulses and stuff like he's doing in the tracks. There's no interesting plucks like you can hear in I don't know Breed or Find Cagescript. Like yeah, like this just feels like genre switch up for the sake of genre switch up, and just at the stage I'm in my like love for EDM, I'm not into that. Shield and Sword, let's go. This is the only collaboration on the album with Zeus, or at least only collaboration on like the non-singles. I've never heard of Zeus before. I think they're a producer. I'm pretty sure this person is a producer. Seems very underground. They have like 3,000 monthly listeners. They might be a vocalist actually. I can check the credits. Let me actually do that. It said that both of them did production, so it seems to be a producer collab. Ooh. Classic KD fills. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is so KD. This is like what I'm coming for, bro. Yes. Nice melody. Really good flow. like what I wanted from the last track, but it didn't have. Yeah, yeah, that kind of fucks. I like that. 8.5 probably, maybe eight. I think 8.5. Quite a good track. Okay, we're actually going into like the era, quote unquote era tracks. We got Kate Akio, which is from the cagescript era. Let's find out. I have no idea. I need to re-listen to a good portion of his discography because it's been a minute. Like I'm not gonna lie, he just hasn't released a lot. I just kind of stopped listening to him. I remember really liking the singles for cagescript. Oh wow, I don't know where this is going. Okay, in this case, I actually kind of like the vocal chops. Why does this sound gloomy almost? This feels floom. I can't put my finger on what sounds floom to me. Really big, like, mid-range super saw sound. This feels late 2010s Yara Grime Floom. It's given. Wow. This would fit like right in on Sable Valley, dude. Like, land this man like a Jules collab or something. Or yeah, Jules or Frost Top. I could see him being on like a Night Hearts lineup too. Ooh, okay. Wow. Big, big kicks. Wow. A really good drop too. Fantastic drop idea. Like it's not techno really, it's not trap. It's KD, man. Like I don't know. Like it's just unapologetically KD. Like it's what he does. Like he's one of those artists that just like has a style that just kind of defies genre. Like the kind of artist like I like you kind of look for a long time in EDM, and then like you think about them like once in a while when like you're thinking about something that isn't just like a specific stage in the EDM landscape or a specific festival. Like, damn, dude, let's go. Do I give this a nine? Drop two is probably nine material. I'd probably say 8.75. It's good, but I don't think it has like the melody of something like Breathe or Ghost. Okay, we got Enna, another cagescript era track. I'm curious. Again, very trappy trap intro. Even has like those hi hats. Wow, that like very specific, like 2017, 2018 hi hat, man. I don't know how he does it. That's like so niche, dude. At least nowadays. Nice, like very sparse piano melody. I always love sparse atmospheres. Oh, dude, this is angelic. What the hell? Bro, like when Slander said they were doing a heaven trap, this is what they should have made. What the hell? This is like true heaven trap, dude. This and like the Halo remix of that one Ymir song. I keep forgetting what the name of the actual original song is. But the melodic dubstep guy Halo had like a very trap oriented remix, trap future bass hard wave oriented remix of a Ymir song. That's a really good remix. Dude, fucking goosebumps. Whoa, we're chopping up the melody and turning down the volume? What the heck? Sounds like the freaking device is underwater. What? Crazy, like EQing. I don't know what that's called. Like EQing. Dude, I don't know like the term. I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar. I'm not that like well versed in my like audio technology. That's some strange stuff going on, dude. That track's kind of crazy. That's probably a nine. dude. Yeah, that's probably an on like really big supersaws. Definitely not like a melodic bass. Again, like not a melodic bass kind of sound design. That's why I say that this guy is not melodic bass. Because like, yeah, there's just some a disconnect between like what melodic bass fans would love and this style of sound design, which I just don't think melodic bass fans really love. I love it, but like it's not for melodic bass fans. All right, yeah, that's fire. That's sick. End of the universe. The title track, the last. This is supposedly interlude, but it's 3 minutes and 36. I'm curious. How is this an interlude but 3:36? Maybe there's something going on at the end.
The next station is Shibuya. The doors on the left side will open. Please change your door. The Tokyo Toyota line, the Tokyo Daihatsu line, the Keio Iwakashita line, the Ginza subway line, the Hanzawa subway line, and the Fukushi subway line.
Are there like anime characters talking in the background? Yeah, so far this is definitely an interlude. That's gotta be like some kind of like very warbled Japanese. I gotta ask him like what specific anime he sampled in this album. I'm genuinely curious. Cause like I know a weeb when I see one. I know my weeb ball. You have like kind of like a semi drop. Ooh. I like this. I love how KD's sound design feels like a more porterized version. Like I'm not gonna lie, his sound design feels like a more porterized version, like Midnight Kids. Like they're both very 80s. They both feel very 80s inspired, but like one is like very weird and glitchy, and the other is very like mainstream friendly, or like more. I don't want to say mainstream friendly, just more like approachable, I guess. I would honestly love to see them collab. I feel like they could make a banger. Yeah, definitely an interlude. Definitely an interlude that feels like an interlude. I think we're just gonna go straight into the next track. Which is intelevision from 2017. Apparently this was remade from 2017, so Ooh, I love those cyberpunk. I love those fills. I actually love those fills more than the melodic part of the drop. Wow. Reminds me of the Saison. Reminds me of like the Saison parts of the 85 collab before you leave. Wow. Really cool groove there. Really nice flow in that drop. I love how we're kind of going back in time. See what drop 2 got going on. Ooh. A bit of a more powerful sustain. Ooh. Cool boom in the outro. A little bit of a distorted bass. Yo. Yeah, I like that. That's good. 8.25, 8.5 ish. One of those two. It's good. Yeah, so far I feel like the singles are definitely the strongest this album has to offer, but like the rest of it is pretty solid. Maybe we'll find a gem in the back half. What the hell? Yo. Did not expect that very loud sound. Whoa. Okay. This is a very good start. Really full low end. Crazy intro. There's a little bit of like a buzzing noise. Very interesting. Like Katie always had like some really interesting sound selection. Like no one quite has the same ear that he does. It's gonna be like mid-tempo. I don't know what this is gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, wow. Really cool first drop. I love how I can't tell where this track is going. Funky shit. Ooh. A little bit of like a Venture Marion influence here. Really good kicks in this. Probably his best production. Might be his best production on the album yet. Like I think this and Breathe. Some of my favorite production on this album. To a drop 2 got. Ooh. Yo. Not as amazing as the intro, but I like it. Okay, never mind. This is actually a build-up. Kind of electro vibes. Wow. Ooh. I love that sustain. I wish that lasted a little bit longer, but dude, this track's kind of crazy, bro. I think that's a 9. That's probably a 9. That's cracked. That's cracked as hell. Oh yeah. Yeah. That fucks. Alright, we got Smoke 2016. I think we have like 3 more 2016 tracks and then 2 2015 tracks. Let's listen to Smoke. Some of these 2016 tracks have like really good production. Or maybe he like intentionally made the production better on these older tracks. Who knows? Maybe he like changed the master or something. Like remastered them. Okay, this is kind of like, it's very the Thrill remix by Porter, but I like it. Ooh, whoa, what the hell? Okay, that's a sick idea. You can definitely hear the world's vibes in his older stuff for sure. These unpredictable fills are sending me. The idea in that is so good. Ooh. Like, it definitely has an influence from another artist, but like someone's going an extra mile, and it's not just about like, oh, I want to LARP this person's sound. Like there's a lot going on in this track. Holy shit. Probably a 9. That's another 9. That's absolutely gas. Like, just like the way that like just stops and starts, and like it's so unpredictable, but like it just flows perfectly with my brain. I don't know. I just love it. I love it. I've come to love tracks with unpredictable fills. Like, I think Anki, that's something that he's so good at. That's why I love Anki so much. Unpredictable fills. All right, we got 122 Space, also in 2016. Let's do it. Very chill so far. Maybe this is kind of like a. This could have only one drop. This is only 2 minutes and 53, so. Doesn't sound very Porter either. Definitely one of the more unique sounding ones. Yeah, this has an extremely KD sound. This is not World's vibes at all. Okay, this does have a drop. Pretty solid. I don't think it's as good as the last two tracks though. Yeah, just a little short. I like what it's going for. It's just a little short. I don't know. I wish I had a couple more switch ups in it. All right, we got Lunar from 2016. This is the last 2016 track. I do really like how I don't know how any of these are going to like end up, or like where any of these are really going. Really nice melody. Ooh, nice lead, dude. Really good first drop. I will say, I feel like it was a little more ideas focused than melody focused. Like there are some moments where I feel like KD could like benefit from turning the noise down a little bit and just letting the melody speak more. Like I like that he's an artist that definitely has some very distinct sound selection, but sometimes it's a little bit too in your face. Like I love this kind of atmosphere, this kind of verse writing. I just wish there was a way you could make the build up fit it a little bit more. Like maybe that's the point. Maybe he's supposed to be like less accessible than a lot of the other artists who just make the build up more beautiful. But there's definitely a little bit of a conflict sometimes between his verses and his drops. I feel like just vibes wise. But yeah, like again, really nice pads in this. Probably one of my favorite musically on the album. Like it's either gonna grow on me or I'm gonna be it's either gonna grow on me or I'm gonna be very vindicated in my stance that I feel like this is a track that like feels like two different tracks that should be two different tracks. But like I love the melody. I think the drop is really cool. I just I don't really feel like they bounce off each other very well. Like both elements are good in their own right. They just in the same track they just don't sound right to me. For that reason, maybe 8.5 or 8.75. All right, we got the first 2015 track. This is Deleted Memory. Okay, this one, the build up and the sound design here kind of feel like they fit a little bit more. Nice drop melody. Okay, this melody is very, very KD. Damn. He loves doing like flute stuff like that. I forget what tracks he does that on, but like I know that's just something he loves to do. Ooh, that's nice. I feel like the kicks and the leads kind of carried that drop. Very interesting to like hear kind of tracks from artists from when they're still finding their sound. Especially released in this format, it's just very interesting. Yeah, I'm really glad I did this reaction. It's definitely not something that happens often. The artist will like release music in this sort of form just way. I think this is good. Like I will say like I feel like it is just generally most of like what I've heard just in previous tracks, just not as like not as just like thought out, I guess. It's solid. Like I don't think it's a bad track. Just maybe just shy of an ad, like 7.5 or 7.75, something like that. I don't dislike it though. All right, we got Space Cowboy, the very last song. Kind of spitting as a final track since the actual tagline from I'm pretty sure this is a reference to Cowboy Bebop is like see ya Space Cowboy. Ooh, the melody is really nice. Ooh, I like where this is going. Ooh. Oh, dude, that drop actually fucks so hard. Maybe it was the production. Maybe it's the production on something like Lunar that I'm not huge on. Because something about this is hitting really hard. That like I feel like Lunar. I feel like it's a better, more. It's what I wanted Lunar to be, dude. Dude, this track's kind of awesome. The breakdown and the progression of that drop is so satisfying. Like I don't know why. Oh, dude, that's so good. Probably another nine, maybe even 9.25, dude. I honestly think the production on that might be like as good as Breathe, if not better. Like I think Breathe and Ghost have like the best production on this album. Was it Akio or Enna that had like the huge drop? It was one of those. I've already forgotten. My memory is so short term. But I think it was either Akio or Enna that had like a huge trap drop. That one had some really one of those had some really good production. I gave either Akio or Enna or a nine. I'm almost certain. Overall, I like this album. Like it's hard to rate it like as an album, because again, a lot of these tracks are from like 10 plus years ago, like, and like we're kind of going back in time, like a very very interesting kind of like basically a compilation album. It's less of like a fully fleshed out project and more just KD showing where he's at, like what his like honestly, if like I had to like show someone like a introduction to KD, I would probably send them this. Like this feels like a very good introduction. I would say overall my favorites are probably the new tracks. Like I think new KD might be best KD. Like especially factoring in the Jonathan Mendelsohn collab. I'm really excited to see what he has coming next, man. Like this guy is seriously talented. Like yeah, and endless in between. Like I could definitely see endless in between being on like a deluxe of this. Like I would love to see a deluxe of this. Yeah. Yeah. KD still a very good artist. Definitely has gone through different eras. Definitely has like a very fleshed out career. But yeah, that was End of the Universe. Very kind of interesting experiment with the album format. Like definitely using it in a way that like a lot of artists I think just don't do it, just don't use it in. Like yeah, and definitely gives definitely kind of shifts the conversation away from like, oh, he's telling this narrative to like what is his sound? Like what is like what can we make of like a stylistic evolution? Like how how can we see how his kind of like outlook towards writing has changed from stuff from like deleted memory to like breathe, like again like I feel like breathe is just a very breathe is an artist's expression, like it feels like someone who has fully found their sound and knows how to like move around in it, like that's what that song sounds like to me, and that's why I kind of love it so much. And like I think at the other end, deleted memory is like an artist who's like has definitely has a sound, but like they're still trying to find how to move around in it. Like you can definitely hear like you can definitely hear like an artist in there, but like they're still trying to grow, they're still trying to evolve, but like it's not completely just that one, I don't know, that one just like scale. Like you have different like you have some like sparks of inspiration in the very beginning, like Space Cowboy, for example. And you have some tracks that kind of feel a little more, I don't want to say basic, but a little more typical, like in the late career, like Close Your Eyes. Like artists are not always artists deep into their career don't necessarily always have to push the boundaries, and they don't always like, especially I think KD, his style is kind of has been built around being at the edge of a boundary for many years now. Like that's kind of what his sound is, and like why I don't think he's received as much attention as like a lot of the bigger, as a lot of the other melodic bass artists that he kind of came, I would say melodic bass artists that he kind of came up with. But yeah, that was my reactions to KD's End of the Universe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Uh, X42 React signing out. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.